Bet you didn't think I was gonna say that. So this weekend I had a really super productive weekend. I cleaned my whole house, got ready for work to start tomorrow. I'm all set. Just have a few extra computer related things to do. I actually feel really bad because I woke up early this morning. It's only like 7:20. And the kids that live near me, their first day of school is today, and it's such a crummy day outside. It rained all night. It's raining on and off right now. And I just feel so bad that, like, that's your first day. I always feel like the first day should be bright and sunny, but this is probably really representative of their moods because I don't know any child that was excited to go back to school after summer break, except for me, because I really liked new school supplies. Like, that was my thing. I started all organized and I was always super excited to go back for like the first week. But today I am going to finish some computer related things, and then I have some PD to do. I think I have 15 CEUs that I can get through an online professional development university. So I want to get as many of those done as I can today. I am probably going to finish it up this week while I'm at work because we do have a lot of time to work in our classroom. Being that I got in last week, I am ahead of the game, I feel like. Don't quote me on that. I'll probably go in and it'll be terrible and I'll have forgotten 100 things. But for now, I feel like I'm on the ball. So I want to get some of that done and then finish it this week at work. And I think that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot left to do. I do still have to make my roll signs because I've been putting that off. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it, and I want it to look cute. So I have to figure that out. So it's been a few hours. I've been struggling with drawing some of my clip art. I'm trying to make sound placement posters for teachers, and just gonna say it, I'm really bad at drawing lips. This is what I've got so far. A super rough draft, just trying to get everything where it needs to be, and kind of figure out placements and stuff like that. I'm gonna keep going. I have to do one mouth for each sound, unless some are voiced and unvoiced. I can just say unvoiced, so that kind of helps, but I still have a lot of different mouth shapes to draw, and this is only my first one. Good morning, everyone. It's the first day of school. Well, not technically. It's the first day for teachers. Next week is students, but regardless, I'm gonna head in right now, hopefully get there a little bit early to just kind of unpack and set up. We have a lot of professional development meetings today and things like that. And then I'm gonna do some PD on my own for speech, for some CEUs. So it's gonna be a long day, but not too much stuff. And I'm excited to see everyone and see how everyone's summer was. Fun fact, I'm actually here super early, like an extra half hour early. So I'm gonna start working on my bookshelves because those need to get cleaned really badly. Even though they look organized, it's not cutting it. So I'm gonna go work on that and then print out some of my cover pages for the months for the planner, and then I'm pretty sure that's probably gonna take me till breakfast, and then I start with my meetings. So, change plans today. As soon as I got in, I was told that I had a speech meeting after the initial breakfast and the initial meeting. So, it is 3 o'clock now, and I literally just got out of meetings. They were all back to back to back. But the speech one was fun. We met up for lunch and just kind of caught up about this year. I got some new testing materials, which was awesome, so I'm really excited about that. I can get rid of the old testing materials and the not so great ones. I cut my thumb going through my paperwork, so that's why this is looking a little crazy. I'm still working on cleaning off all my shelves, just going through everything. It's starting to look better. I've reorganized some stuff. I have a feeling no matter what, it's still gonna look super cluttered, but it is what it is, and we're just gonna have to roll with it because I don't think I can clean it out any more than I have. So I'm gonna finish that. I'm listening to some professional development now, and then I'm just gonna take the quiz after, and hopefully get credit for those, and just kind of do that until it's time to leave for the day. And hopefully by the end, I'll be able to show you some progress that I've made. This is what I've accomplished. It still looks so messy, but thinking this is the best it's gonna get. I moved all of my testing materials from up at the top to this bottom shelf, and then I just kind of organized all my games and all of my play food and cards and articulation cards, and then this is just whiteboards and cookie trays for my magnet sheets, testing protocols, tissues, gloves, and Play-Doh and cookie cutters. So I'm feeling like this is probably as far as it's gonna get. It's probably as neat as it's gonna look, barring more storage space, which I don't have room for. And then that's just all of my holiday things and Mr. Potato Head, because you can't be an SLP without a Mr. Potato Head. I'm home now, and I just got in. It's about 5:45. I ended up staying later just to catch up with some coworkers and some friends and stuff, so that was cool and it was fun. I didn't end up getting as much PD done today as I wanted to, but as you saw, I was able to clean off the bookshelf. Sort of. It looks really cluttered still when I use the camera, but I swear in person it doesn't look that bad. It looks cohesive. So I'm hoping that it stays like that. I don't really think there's anything else I can do as far as condensing stuff. I brought home a couple of speech games that are actually marketed speech and language pathology games that just kind of I don't use, and they're older, and they're for kids that are older anyway, so the concepts aren't really ones that I'm readily working on. And I'm just gonna keep them downstairs in the lower level or my basement, where I keep all my speech stuff. So hopefully that helps. I also now tonight want to finish my speech sound charts, because I don't know if I ever updated you guys last night or yesterday, but Genius struck after I was on the struggle bus for hours with it, pretty much all day. And I was able to get all of the mouth pictures done. So it is finished and ready to be put into the packet. And what I'm gonna do is, it's a front and back page sound poster. You get the picture of where to put the placements and how to place your mouth, so just like a visual representation, and then a description of where to put your articulators so that you're making the sound. And then on the back side of it, it's going to be that sound in the initial, medial, and final position of words, and also then in phrases and sentences. So it's super concise and really easy, quick kind of thing just to give the teachers and then also the parents for when they have to do pre-referral interventions. I will put it in my TPT store if anybody would like to, utilize it as well. I think it's really awesome, just like I said, to cut down on the amount of paperwork that you're giving teachers, because at least for me, I was giving out 10, 15 page packets, 1 page for every sound and all the positions, and teachers were so overwhelmed, and they kind of were questioning, when they were supposed to get it done, and I totally agree with them. So this definitely kind of streamlines it and makes it way more manageable, and I think that'll just work better all around. So let me know if you do download it, or you do use it, and what your thoughts on it are. As for the rest of the night, I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. I was gonna make dinner. I should probably make dinner. I'm zooming in. I should make dinner, but honestly, I am still full from the, not one, but 2 times I had Cracker Barrel today. My school was nice enough and generous enough. They provided breakfast from the Cracker Barrel, which was awesome and delicious. It's so good. And then my speech meeting also ended up being at the restaurant of the Cracker Barrel. So I am still so incredibly obnoxiously full from breakfast and lunch that it's not even funny. And I'm thinking that I'm just gonna kind of take a pass on dinner tonight, which is probably why I don't meal prep, because this is what happens. I don't ever get around to eating. But yeah, aside from that, like I said, I'm just gonna finish the posters tonight, hopefully, so I can start printing them out, and I can also send them to my coworkers, just because I think they'd like to use them at their schools. and then just kind of relax the rest of the night. Tomorrow I have 2 professional development meetings, one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. One is countywide and then the other one is just for special educators. So I'm feeling like I'm probably not gonna have a whole lot of time to film / a lot to film, because I think I'm only at school in my room for like an hour or 2. And I was really hoping to get more personal professional development done because I only did 1 today. That was bad, but I tried. So I have 4 done and then 11 to go. But I will keep you updated as much as I can, as much as there's anything good to film. My hands are shaking because my arms are so tired. This is terrible. I'm a horrible vlogger. But that's it. I'm gonna go get started on my other work. I have a little bit of laminating to do as well. These calendar cards, bane of my existence, but I'm missing 9 through 16 and they need to be done. And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna kind of hang out the rest of the night. Good morning, guys. I am just about ready to head off to work. I'm going in a little bit earlier today. It's 7:30 right now, to get some work done before we have to go to our county-wide professional development day in the morning. After that, in the afternoon, I have the special educators county-wide professional development. So I'm not gonna actually be in my room a lot today. I still wanna do a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna head in a little bit early, see if I can get some stuff done. I'm gonna bring in actually my pocket chart stand because it's time. So I have to get that in the car, and then all the rest of my bags because I'm a bag lady. It's so bright. My house is either way too bright or way too dark. There's no in between. So I'm gonna go get that done, and then I'm gonna head into work and see if I can get something done before I have to leave. This is what I ended up going with to wear today. I'm sorry if it's super bright from this window over here. Hopefully it comes up true to color. But it's just a pink top and green pants and then some tan sandals. Hopefully it's warm enough. It's either super cold or really hot. So I tried to wear long sleeves that I could just cuff down if I got cold. I had a blazer that I was gonna wear with it, but it wasn't working. So this is what we're going with. I feel like the worst vlogger ever because I can't figure out a way to get a shot without my entire steering wheel in the frame. I'm sorry, it's a work in progress. I will learn. I got the pocket chart stand in my car. It's a little wonky, it's a little bent, but it's in there. I didn't want to have to take it apart just because I feel like trying to put it back together without chipping it will be a completely different feat in and of itself. Didn't really want to tango with that today. So I'm glad it was able to fit, but I'm hoping it makes it to school okay, / I'm hoping I can get it out of my car without chipping it. I'm about to leave and head into work now. I will see you guys when I get there. I am back from the countywide professional development meeting this morning. It was actually really short. It's about 11:15 now, and I think I got back around 10. I kind of just dove right into the vault downstairs to try to get my caseload sort of set up, sort of seeing who I was maybe getting this year. So far I have about 5 new kids, a few that transferred back in, and a few extras that just transferred over from other schools, and then like 1 or 2 that at the end of the year we weren't sure if they were going to stay at one school or come here. So altogether so far 5 new kids. I think that puts me at my low 40s, so definitely one of the hires, not the highest that I've started with though, so that's fine. Hopefully I can get some really good groups put together once I kind of figure out what everybody needs to work on. I got notified of an IEP on Friday for a new kid over at the other school that I'm working at, a new little preschooler, so that'll be fun. I actually tested her, so I have a little bit of background knowledge, and we'll see where it goes from there. Lately, I've just been, like I said, trying to get my caseload together. I think I'm going to try to do some professional development before I have to go to the special ed meeting. I think I have like 2 hours left, but it's pretty much all I'm doing today. Just lots of meetings and lots of paperwork and going through files and seeing what got faxed over, what still needs to be faxed, who's where. It's a really complicated process. A lot of hands are in the pot. So hopefully we can get it all worked out. I just got back from the special ed meeting. It's about 3:30 now. Before I go, I want to do a few more things around my room. I got a few more kids added for my caseload from when I updated before, so I also want to put those into the computer so I don't forget about them, because I'm terrified that I'm going to forget about a student and I'm not going to see them. Like, that's one of my biggest fears. So I always write everybody down at least 3 times, and then I put them into the computer program just to make sure I have all my bases covered. I think that's probably it. I do want to get home at a somewhat normal time today. I'm pretty sure the lighting is positively awful because the sun is beating down on my face and I can tell I'm covered in shadow. But I'm leaving by 4:30, so I don't feel like I did too terrible. Wasn't exactly on time, but I got wrapped up with working on my schedule. The first draft is almost finished, I want to say, but then again, I usually have about 10 to 20 drafts a year, so the first one really means absolutely nothing. It would be nice if it worked on the first try, but it never does. So I was working on that. I'm going to finish that up tomorrow just because I need to find out what the preschool schedule is. I wasn't able to catch the preschool teachers before they left just to find out when they bring their kids to breakfast and lunch and specials and whatnot. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel a lot better now that I've got somewhat of a handle on my caseload, I think. I got 6 new kids today. 7? 6, 7? Somewhere around there. But they were all like move-ins. I was able to look at paperwork. So I feel a sense of calm because now I know who's floating around that wasn't on my list before. Tomorrow I can contact some of the SLPs just to get some of the paperwork that I gave them at the end of last year back because the students didn't end up transferring. And that's pretty much it for that. Tomorrow, like I said, it is a late day just because it's open house. Typically, parents don't come to visit me, unfortunately. But every once in a while, an old student will pop in to say hello, so we get to chat for a little bit. So it's always a really good time. But usually I don't have to actually set anything up. So in past years I have, and it just ends up being a total bust. So this year I'm kind of just in my office working. If anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to help them. But other than that, I'm going to keep working. The ice cream social is at the end of tomorrow night, so I'm probably going to end up having ice cream for dinner. Let's face it, that seems to be my new norm. Last night, tomorrow night, I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. I have to go home and figure that out. Happy Thursday from me and my crazy hair. It is so nice to be able to wake up naturally and not at 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's about 9:30 right now. I am just packing up and making my lunch/dinner for work later. We don't have to be in until 11 today, so I'm trying to stall as long as I possibly can so that I'm not there super early because we do have to stay until 7 tonight. But the plus side is we get ice cream, so I can never complain if there is ice cream involved. I am just finishing up half of my sound posters. I'm importing all of the graphics onto the pages, and then I just have to finish up with the words. Then I can post that. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to work on that today. Maybe it'll be done by Monday, I'm thinking. Hoping that it'll be done by Monday. I also have to go in and, most importantly, go talk to the preschool teachers and find out their schedules, because those are the only kids that I don't have pretty much scheduled in. There's a few other kids that I don't have scheduled in just because I want to make sure that I get my preschoolers in first. My main thing today that I want to do is to discuss with the preschool teachers what their schedule is for next year when they go to breakfast, lunch, specials, if they still have nap time. I really want nap time. But I have a lot of morning slots open right now that I was saving for them, but I'm not sure with the new schedule this year if it's going to be the same as it was last year or if they've changed it. So then I can figure out where they belong, and then I can put the rest of my students in, my older kids. because a lot of people are free in the morning and a lot of people are free in the afternoon, and pretty much nobody's free in the middle of the day. But unfortunately, I only have so many slots, so I have to make sure I can fit everyone in. Also, I got these shoes yesterday and I'm kind of in love with them. I didn't think I'd ever wear blue shoes, but today is actually wear blue / school colors or your staff shirts. So the reason why I'm so fancy on the bottom and then I'm wearing a baseball jersey on top is because this is a school shirt. And then just my signature black pants, which seriously need the lint roller. A way later update. As soon as I said back home that hopefully today I don't have any surprise meetings, I got an email that I had a speech meeting at 10 o'clock. And I found out at 10 o'clock while I was at home. So I had to text my coworker and let him know that I was on my way, just because my school didn't need us until 11, but we got it all worked out. It was fine. We were going over our pre-K caseloads, and I did get a few more students added, so I do want to go add them into the computer so I don't forget them. It's been a really busy morning. Just because of that, I feel like I've been frazzled. I just got back to school and reset my computer because when I ran by this morning, I accidentally locked myself out in my flurry of trying to get my caseload. So everything is squared away. I'm going to start on some professional development. It's 12:15, so I'm probably going to eat lunch because I'm starving, but I'm trying to hold off so that I can eat later in the day since I do have to be here until 7. I found out some really interesting stuff at our meeting, so that's good. That's pretty much it. We were just kind of going over the caseloads just to make sure we had everything right with who we were getting. Well, the good news is that I finished all of my professional development, all 15 credits, so I'm super excited about that. I got a little overzealous and I thought I would print out my cover art for my calendar pages. And I should have known, but every time I use the cardstock, it jammed the printer, so it'll only print on regular computer paper, which I don't know if you can tell, but it's completely see-through. It's such a bummer because these are really cute, but I definitely angered all of the people downstairs waiting for the printer, so I don't really want to reprint everything again with them down there because they're probably gonna think I'm crazy. This one is my favorite just because it's my favorite month. Also, a plus to today is the custodians just came up and vacuumed my room and emptied my trash. So that is a huge thing. My room looks so much cleaner now with all of the papers and bits of the burlap off the floor. I'm super excited about that. I feel so much better. So if people do come up, I don't look like the messiest person alive. I'm so incredibly tired. But as I said, the open house was a success. We had way more parents than I have ever seen, and that was so heartwarming and it was so exciting because last year, like, less than 10 parents showed up and like 10 families, and this year the auditorium was filled. Like, we couldn't even sit. We had to stand when they introduced us. So that was really great. The ice cream social went over fabulously. Might also partially be why so many people came, but hey, I mean, I'll pretty much do anything if there's food there. Like, I'll go pretty much anywhere as long as there's food. Ice cream was my breakfast again for the, what is this, 3rd night in a row? So I am clearly living the life. I am delusional right now because I am so exhausted. I don't even know why I'm super exhausted. I went in late today. Good morning, guys. So the sleep delirium has passed. I am back to being a human again, which feels really great. I was so tired last night that I don't even know what I was saying, so that'll be really funny to rewatch back. I am just about to eat breakfast and then head off to work. Today is picture day, which is why I tried to dress slightly fancy. We'll see. I don't know why, because I take terrible staff photos. If I can remember, I will put in last year's joke of a staff photo. It's hilarious. My face does this thing where it just looks awful in pictures, and it's kind of my favorite thing about me. Other than that, I'm really glad it's Friday. I feel like I probably shouldn't be saying that. Probably shouldn't be as tired as I am, but I am. And I'm just really kind of looking forward to the weekend to recoup and recharge so that next week I can hit the ground running when the kids come back on Tuesday and be super excited and really lively instead of delirious like I was last night. I am on my way into work, just about to leave, but while I was getting ready, I was struck with probably not a genius idea, but I don't know, I feel like a good idea. I think this year I am going to go back to doing speech homework because, like I was saying, a lot of parents, for whatever reason, though they don't come to my meetings, don't know that their child gets speech. I did have one parent last night tell a coworker that she didn't know if her child got speech, but that they needed speech. And I have seen this particular child for 3 years, and we frequently have meetings over the phone, but maybe there's just a disconnect. So I think what I'm going to do is implement speech homework again this year, or at least try it. I tried it my first year and I had stopped because children didn't bring it home, or they never brought it back, really. They just didn't do it. So I had initially just kind of nixed that idea. It didn't seem to be helping. I had asked parents at the time if homework had been brought home. They would say no, they hadn't seen any, or that one told me that they were too busy to do any extra homework, so not to send any home. But this year, since it's a new set of kids, with a majority of them, I think I will send home, especially for articulation, I feel like, because that's just really easy for parents to kind of drill them and kind of just practice those words, and even in conversations with those sound posters that I'm going to be sending home. So I think I'm going to try that and kind of issue it as an incentive that if they bring it back, they'll get an extra speech buck every week. That's probably what I'll end up shifting my focus towards today, since I had a lot of loose ends that I was kind of relying on other people for, but I don't think that information is going to be available to those people yet today, since it wasn't available last night to them. So I'll wait till Monday to touch base with them and finish up my schedule and whatnot, and kind of focus myself on this today to kind of get it ready for the school year. And I'll probably go out and get some homework folders after work today, or maybe this weekend. I have red ones that I've used for the past 2 years for just in-class, but I don't know if I want to make those the in-class ones or the home ones. They are paper, and I feel like some of them are pretty beat up. So it might just be easier to start fresh with new folders. Even if I could find like the plastic poly folders, that would be great, so that they don't get ripped and torn in the backpack. Fingers crossed, though, that it works and the kids don't lose the folders / the homework, or just kind of shove it in their desk because they don't want to do it. I have about half an hour until I have to go get my picture taken, which I'm super, super thankful that it's during the morning, because I feel like by the end of the day, I'm probably going to look like a hot mess. It also looks like it's going to rain, so I feel like my hair, not that it's fabulous right now, but it's probably one of my better tries with the hair straightener. Probably wouldn't survive a rainstorm though, and it is supposed to rain, and I do have an IEP meeting at a different school, so it's probably going to get wet and gross. But I'm super excited to try to not ruin my photo this year. It's probably going to happen. It happens every year. It is what it is. I've just been working on some of my welcome back letters. I decided to run with the whole theme of speech homework weekly, and kind of do, I guess, either 2 or 3 assignments that they can complete whenever they feel like it with their parents throughout the week. And as long as mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, somebody in the family signs and dates it to say that they did work on them with it, I will give them an extra speech book, which I don't think I've ever explained. So maybe I'll do that now, because it's probably really confusing for people that don't know. I don't know where I got this idea from. I think I got it from a classroom teacher. They just used like their last name books, and I just mushed it into speech books. It works. It's the biggest hit that I've had. I've done in the past prize boxes. I've done the hole punch system on a card. I've done stickers. I've done brag tags. I want to say I've done a lot of stuff. But this is by far, like I said, the biggest hit with the kids. And it kind of sometimes sort of incorporates other elements of other things. Basically what it is each child gets half of an envelope that I write their name on, and then I just tape this closed so it's not hanging open. But this is to keep their money in, and this stays in the therapy room. I put it up on the bulletin board. So like I said, just has their name on it, and they keep their money in it. And then these are the speech books. I don't know, it's gonna focus. Kind of looks like Monopoly money because I didn't use the right green last year, but we're gonna roll with it. I just made this up really quick in Microsoft Word, I think, something last year, like super quick, and I just print them out and I have a whole envelope full of money. It's really funny because it looks like I'm rich, but I'm not. But basically what it is last year I decided you can earn 3 speech bucks per session based on the 3 rules that I had last year. This year I think I'm going to keep it the same. I think I'm just going to do the kindness rules: kind to yourself, kind to your teacher, kind to your friends. So once again, they can earn $1 for each of those that they follow. And like I said, if they're appropriate and behaved and focused and all of those things during the session, they get $1. So let's say they were being really rude to another friend in the class, then they wouldn't get the $1 for being kind to their peers. But if they were, kind to themselves and kind to me, I would give them $1 each for that. So it kind of gives them a chance to still earn money even if they're having kind of a rough day. I do a lot of warnings. Once again, it's different for every student. Some kids will get 1 reminder card, some kids get, a verbal warning, whatever works. But I do try to give them as much as possible when they earn their money. So that's these, and like I said, they get up to 3 every session, so they get to keep them. They love being able to put it in their envelope, so they just kind of slide it in and it stays in the speech room. At the end of every session, they usually like to count it. Reinforces number skills, all of those things. Reinforces asking if they need help. Just kind of, it's a really good way to end a session because there's a lot of opportunities for communicative growth. And just kind of discussing things and, discussing how much they make, how much they need, because I do keep a price chart of the different kind of prizes they can buy with their money, ranging from as little as the $3 that they earn all the way up to, I think last year I had something that was $50, which honestly isn't that hard to obtain because it rolls over quickly, but it kind of also teaches that delayed gratification. I had some kids that every session, I think last year my stickers were $3, so I had some kids every session that needed something at the end and they got a sticker. I had other kids that wanted to save, and they would buy either a Green Dojo or a Growlgram, a secret code prize. Those were super popular. I don't have any now, which is really unfortunate that I'm filming this, but it was basically a QWERTY code on some cardstock that I laminated, and there's tons of free websites that you can make them on, and it was kind of like a surprise. They all look the same, and the student would get to pick whichever one, and then you'd scan it in and you'd see what the prize was, and it was either a Green Dojo, a sticker, a positive note home. Like, it was always just something different. I got rid of mine last year because it got kind of grody looking, and also because I wanted to update them, because I couldn't tell which ones were which unless I scanned all like 100 in, and I didn't feel like doing that, and I kind of just wanted to update the prizes so they were more appealing this year. I got back from the IEP meeting probably about an hour ago now. I've just been working on some speech homework ideas, kind of just brainstorming. I think what I'm going to end up doing is doing a 8-week rotating schedule where I have 8 weeks worth of activities, and then I just start back at week 1 again. So it's pretty much 2 months of activities before we have to repeat them, and I think that'll help so that this way kids don't get bored with the same activities. We have about half an hour left before we can leave, so I'm just gonna keep on working and kind of go from there. Hey guys, I'm super sorry for the awful lighting, but it is currently storming like none other outside, so this is the best I can do, cloaked in shadow at 5:45. But it is pouring. I had to change my clothes. So I'm pretty sure that's it for this week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end or at any part of this vlog. Thank you for staying with me and tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!